Once upon a time, and not so long ago, there were 3 cousins. The oldest one was fiercely loyal and passionate, her skin as white as snow. The middle one was overly confident and ambitious, his hair the color of an indigo sky. And the youngest, she was good at not crying and appreciating the other 2, even though something was greatly wrong. Growing up, the 3 of them were very close, often playing every day with some of the other town's children. The oldest loved to show off her magic powers and make ice flowers for the others, especially the youngest. There wasn't a worry in their world, except for the day when the youngest and the middle's fathers vanished on a voyage together. They still tried to keep the smiles on their faces, even when the ship drifted back to port a few days later. It was stained black, and many of the original crew were found in pieces. It seemed a black spot event had somehow manifested on their ship, or they simply got too close to one. The middle's father was one of few intact bodies, as no trace was found of the youngest father. The middle cousin, at the very least, had his mother to fall back to and some closure, but the youngest was brought to this town when she was a baby, her unknown mother staying in some other foreign land. The fear and worry began to rear their ugly heads until the oldest father reached out his hand and took her in, the oldest cousin and her growing even closer as if they were sisters. From there, things seemed to become better, and a couple of years went by with ease, until the youngest discovered a few dark purple splotches against her skin, and an inexplicable pain that was beginning to ravage her body. Despite feeling scared, however, she tried to smile and laugh it off and keep playing with the others. She kept smiling, kept laughing, kept playing, until she couldn't. The pain became too much. The purple marks grew. It was hard to breathe at some points, and everything became a blur. The first time she awoke with a clearer head, she found herself in an unfamiliar room, a long one filled with other beds, including the one she was in. The oldest was there, sitting by her along with her uncle, the words bouncing against some kind of resistance. They were in Concealia, not Papyra anymore, and it was to try and help treat her newly found elemental sickness. It turned out she had the element of darkness ravaging her body, as she simply did not have the compatibility for it. The diagnosis was a terrifying one, but there was some hope. She was in a hospital that specialized in it after all. The girl beside her had her allergy to anything plant-like reduced to only mild symptoms. Surely there was something they could do with her. The days then turned into weeks, and then turned into months, and into years. Her symptoms were getting progressively worse, even with all the different medicines and Fae assistance. But she still had hope, until she overheard 2 of the nurses mentioning how she was their longest hospice case. Those words cut into her chest like a knife. Was this known from the beginning? Did her cousin know? Her uncle? Were all these promises that they'd return to Papyra one day and see everyone again when she was better a lie? Maybe it's true that people waste away quicker when they know they're going to die soon anyways. Maybe Nixie won't like that part too much. Who are you?
A friend.
A friend? This is my first time seeing you.
And this will be my first time helping you. Are you able to walk?
I can, but they advised me not to because...
They are unsure if the blockers will work. Reasonable, but we will need you to try.
Blockers?
Those blue pills you have been taking. They suppress magic from leaking out within the body. What? Did you believe they were curbing the spread of your illness? In a way, I suppose they were. But their true purpose was to make sure you didn't kill anyone in your stay here. Regardless, I'm not here to extinguish any hope you have left. In fact, I'm here to provide it.
You could cure me.
I could, but not here. You will have to come with me.
Then prove to me you can actually help. What's that?
That is essential oil. Rosemary, if I had to guess.
And these?
The yellow color indicates phosphorin. which is a strong painkiller.
You're not lying, are you?
Perhaps asking me to identify things you have no idea about is a terrible way to probe if I am lying or not.
I just wanted to test if you are a doctor.
I don't have to be a doctor to help you. If simple medicine was the answer to it all, then you would already be cured, no?
I suppose so. Then, if you aren't going to be using some kind of medicine, what is the answer?
Oi, what's the holdup? Come on, Verit, clock's ticking.
Did someone outside just now?
To answer your question, trust in leaving this building with me.
Why can't anyone just tell me straight? I hate dancing around.
I'll tell you more when we're outside. Trust me.
Do you really expect me to trust someone I've known for 3 minutes?
Yet you would trust those who claim to be medical professionals in 3 seconds? The ones who promise to cure you but are preparing to euthanize you in the coming months when your condition inevitably worsens? Yet I will now tell you again, trust me.
Alright.
When was the last time you left that room?
I don't quite remember.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Do you remember if the staircase here is the quickest route to outside?
I believe so.
Ah, the ever-reputable St. Millicent's for the elementally sick. How, quaint. Cosmos, have we got a status report yet? Then it appears we'll have to wait a little longer.
Where is everyone? There's always a few nurses here at night.
I'm not sure.
I suppose it makes sense that you just walked in. That other person is some kind of accomplice to you. Isn't that right?
I can assure you that no one was hurt. I made sure of that.
Then you infiltrated this hospital just to get me.
I'll tell you more when we're outside.
Oh, there she is. Welcome, welcome.
I wasn't aware that I was this important.
Oh, but you are, my dear, you are. A full-blown tenebrae in the flesh. You cannot just find one of you parading about the streets, you know.
Unless I am the one in the streets, right?
Oh my, you really must be fun at parties, hmm? It was a simple comparison to indicate how rare you are.
Since you seem to like using a lot of words, maybe you could finally tell me what happens next. I detest dancing.
Astonishing. You have the absolute grace and decorum of a noxious pool. Oh, but I can't help but like that. I simply must have you in my collection. At least, temporarily.
I am not an object.
Oh, my dear. But that is where you are wrong. I could easily make you an object. I am Count Fausto Blackmar, the world's greatest collector. And I assure you, I have the biggest collection of oddities in the whole of Avra.
1,863.
And counting. Make that 1,864. Now, here's the deal, my dear. You desperately want to be cured, don't you? Yes, I see it on your face. Then I will write a contract, and you will sign it. In exchange for your condition being cured in the near future, you will grant us services through your abilities once the medication has left your system.
You mean with my abilities that I can't control?
Well, luckily for all of us, a dear friend is joining us at my manor tomorrow evening who is quite well versed in instructing elemental control. He will have you trained up in no time. And before you continue with what you were wanting to say, Verit, you've retrieved the documents I also requested.
Of course.
Ah, let me have a little sneaky peek. Ooh. Ah, there it is. Outrageous, scandalous. Here, why don't you read it, my dear? What emotion are you feeling as you read this, my darling? Saddened? Terrified? Angered? I'll hang that up in my office and frame it in a fitting color, I'll assure you.
Determined. Since I don't suppose your luck could be any worse, I'll sign your contract.
Alright. Excellent. But, what color is determination? Is there even a color for that?
White?
You may be onto something. Determination can also mean clear-headed. White can also be transparent. You can see clearly now. How inspirational. It doesn't even have to be a color. But where were we? Ah, yes, the contract. Come now, Miss Ambrose. Shall we finally set you free?
Where is Ray? Is he not coming with us?
Oh, he'll take the other carriage. He needs to finish up his work here. Yes, awesome. Boom.
There's still people in there. This was not part of the plan, Fausto. What did you do?
What? It's the perfect cover-up, isn't it? The easiest way to cover up a textbook abduction is to write her off with the others who were in the building.
You.
Besides, I saved you from trouble as well. Burn the wood away so we can blame the explosion on removing their limbs. Ah, bet that heavenly sandalwood scent is covering the rest of the smells. And, what else did you use? For the sedation. This was more humane in the end, wouldn't you say?
When this contract is over, I swear, you're done.
Now, here I was thinking we could start an incense company later this year. Pity.
Oh god, you're all here. Why? The explosion wasn't even that close.
Yes, but it's still part of our protocol. The hospital.
Wait, what? Nix, I'm so sorry.
I need to go there.
Yeah, I agree, but first we have to,
Princess, are you alright? Did the noise startle you at all? Do you need some lavender drops?
No, I'm perfectly fine, but you don't seem to be.
I'll be alright.
Was a family member of yours elementally sick?
Well,
Princess, would you mind if we come in?
No, of course not. You didn't even have to knock, seeing how there's already a procession in my room. General Blight!
It's an honor, sir.
sir.
Now, Alet, due to the severity of the incident that just happened, I'm to inform you that security around your room will be increased.
Oh, bloody lovely. How many? Am I at least familiar with them?
Now, it's nothing too drastic, don't you worry. Instead of it just being 2 outside your door, there will be a further 2 in the room with you. Those in the room, of course, will be Nixie and Saskia. And before you ask, this is a temporary measure. I predict it will only be for a day at most. I'll just need you to be prepared to boost the powers of the guards if needed.
Alright. Well, didn't you always say you wanted a sleepover before? I didn't imagine it would be in these circumstances, but yes. So I should have enough pillows and blankets to spare.
Oh, yeah, right. Actually, General Bliff, sir, is there...
Oh, yes. Don't worry, dear. I was just getting to you. Care to come walk with me? The air is quite refreshing at this time of night.
Hey?
Busileva, I can trust you to take the leadership of this sleepover planning until Ambrose returns, correct? I am sure Limerat and Dilov can fetch any extra pillows needed. Especially Dilov. There is that attitude again. Well, I'm counting on the four of you. Princess included, to keep this room tight and secure. We will be seeing you then. Can you all stand by at this door? I'll let you know of our next moves via face lock. Now, Ambrose, let's go this way.
Yes, sir.
A sleepover order from the higher-ups? You bet I'm making this the coziest, most relaxing one ever. Theo, fetch the blankets. Mom, move your lazy bum and find the pillows. I know you, Alette. You've kicked a bunch under your bed, haven't you?
Oh, bother, that's it. I'm getting up.
Isn't it beautiful? How bright the moonlight is tonight.
I suppose.
Now, I brought you out here away from the others for a reason. As you're most likely aware, I had my eyes on the incident a few minutes after it occurred.
It isn't looking too good then.
There was no easier way to tell you that. I apologize.
I understand.
It's why I separated you from the others, to allow you some time to process this all.
Is there a way that I could be excused from my duties and assist with the trauma team? Help with rescuing any survivors? I'll just be a few hours. Lon is even here.
I don't think you quite understand the severity I was trying to hint. There will be no survivors. All that remains of the building now is the outer shell. The blast and the inferno caused by it completely devoured anything on the inside.
I just thought...
It's not easy to lose someone dear to you, and I truly am sorry. This is already being treated as an act of terror, and a vigil will be held tomorrow evening for the victims once we identify who was all there. I will grant you a half-day leave so you can attend along with your father. We will find out who is responsible for this, and justice will be taken. Please be assured of that.
I'm sure. Just let me know if you'll ever be able to bring her back.
As much as I wish I was a miracle worker, that is something out of my power. I'll let you have some time to process on your own. Take as long as you need. The others will understand.
Oh,
Wakey, wakey, sleepyhead.
who's touching me? Nate? What is... Oh, the sword. I got it? Wait. Ah!